there are a ton of eyeglass lenses out on the market. Here at Art of Optics, we tend to use only the best products because at the end of the day, that's what you're going to see best out of. Patients have many different visual needs. And with people using computers so much, it's getting increasingly difficult for a customer or a patient to be able to have one pair of glasses that works for everything. So one of our jobs is to make sure that we are addressing all of these needs from a lens perspective when they come in the door. You've got everything from a single vision, which is a single focus lens, that we can make in a number of different prescriptions. We can make that for a reading pair, a computer pair, a distance pair, but ultimately you are only going to be able to focus at one distance with single vision. So that does make it a lens that we do have to be kind of careful with, especially as the patient is aging and they need adaptation at more than one distance. You also have what we consider occupational lenses. An occupational lens is going to be something that is made specifically for tasks. So if we have a CPA that is at a computer 10 hours a day and they're also needing to read their spreadsheets, well, we're going to probably put them in a dual focus lens called an office lens. That is going to give them their computer distance at eye level, and it's going to give them a really great bifocal focus as well. So we do look at those lenses a lot. You have sunglass lenses, you have golf specific lenses, you name it, basically they're designing at this point. Progressive lenses are something that we fit a ton here at Art of Optics. It is the most fit lens for patients over the age of 45. We also will sometimes still fit aligned bifocal, but that's really less than 1% of that multifocal lens. Progressives are great because it allows a patient to very slowly go through the lens into those different prescriptions. So it tends to not be choppy and it tends to really be super easy on the visual system. The newer lenses also do not have as much distortion on the side. Aunt Sally probably told you 10 years ago not to get those progressives because she just couldn't see out of them. And the reality is that was probably true 10 years ago or 15 years ago, but now that really just isn't the case. The new lenses on the market are really phenomenal, and 99% of the people out there can adapt to a progressive lens quite easily. It's a great lens for just all around use. Again, if someone does sit at a computer all day or have specific visual needs, we'll probably need to do another lens on top of that in order for the patient to be able to really see all the time. So the big group of materials that we're going to use mostly for children, but also for adults sometimes, is going to be polycarbonate and Trivex. Those are the two materials that are very impact resistant. They both have UV filters built into the material, and they're both very strong. Trivex probably gets the edge from an optics standpoint. We tend to use Trivex quite a bit in our practice. It's also very good if you're going to be drilling into the lens, if someone gets a drill mount frame, or if we're going to be grooving the lens. That material tends to hold up best to that sort of force without making it less stable. Polycarbonate we do still use somewhat, but not really as much anymore. Then you start getting into your high index materials. That is if somebody has a stronger prescription, if they have a high minus or high plus prescription, or there's some other need that kind of requires that. There's basically 3 levels of high index material, and based on the prescription, we're going to determine which one is best for you. Typically, we're going to go with the material that's called 1.67 high index. That is material that is pretty strong. It's also very thin, and the optics are very good in that lens. Okay, I think that was better. Okay, I'm going to talk about lens materials. So we've got lots and lots of lens materials on the market. You know, over the course of my career, there's actually been some additions to lenses. Technology has kind of caught up with the designs that people have had in their head. And, you know, we've really been able to take advantage of some really unique materials over the years. 20 years ago, a lot of people would do glass lenses. That is a super, super, super small part of our practice now. We really don't see many people using glass at all for multiple reasons. It's heavy. It tends to be more brittle, even if there's special coatings put on it to try to prevent that. And it tends to just not be very comfortable in a frame.